Hi there, this is CJ Miller. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana, right across the river, the Red River, from Bossier City, Louisiana. Northwest Louisiana, we'd love to see you. Uh, so anyway, so I was sort of bad the other day and baked a cake and ate a good bit of it and should not have. I'm supposed to be on a keto diet. So this is what I'm doing. This is a boneless chicken breast, and it is grilled in uh, Italian seasonings with Parmesan cheeses, and atop that is a marinara sauce, and atop that is a great cheese that I found. It is a pesto cheese. It's like a white uh, cheese, kind of a soft, medium soft cheese with pesto throughout, so it's really great. And it's a basil cheese, really, but it's very simple. It's the same thing. They call it like a basil herb cheese. It's really a pesto cheese. And so I'm going to top that. It's this great seasoning blend that I have, uh, just for a little bit of garnish on the plate, and then some chopped green onions. And the great thing is, this plate here uh, is going to be plenty for me. And it has basically, two carbs. And when I count my carbs, when I say two carbs, that means 2 grams of carbs, because I measure uh, my carbs by the gram. And yeah, so it's great. And this is going to see me through the night and into the morning. And yeah, that's great. I'm determined to really, really get back into a hardcore ketogenic diet, and because that's really healthy for me. Uh, and yeah, so I want to remember that if I was given a diagnosis of uh, type 2 diabetes, but then that basically was reversed. And if I want to keep it that way, I have to remember that, you know, dieting is a big part of that, as well as the physical activity. But believe me, this is a, a powerhouse meal. It's not a big serving, but the way that it fills up the stomach when it expands and everything, it's great. Now this is not the only thing I've eaten throughout the day. Earlier, I've had like snacks and cheeses and things like that. So, but I just want to remember, small portions frequently, not like constantly, but smaller portions like this are better than like those 2 or 3 meals that we do during the day. It's better to have smaller portions like this because your body processes smaller portions more efficiently. So instead of those 2 or 3 big meals, if you could have, maybe 5 smaller meals throughout the day, if you can do that. Um, Anyone who's watching their health for any reason, then that's a good way to do that. I just wanted to share this. Plus, I just think this is a great looking meal here. If I wanted to, I could serve it with a little bit of a salad on the side or something like that. Um, you know, you even could do this with some pasta, a small amount of pasta, as long as it wasn't like all the time. But yeah, this is really, really great. I remember there's this deli that I went to when I lived in New Orleans, and it was like an Italian, uh, Martin. It had like a little deli in the back, but the deli also, they had like pastas, and then it had various uh, Italian things like this, and they always had uh, chicken parm like this, kind of ready to go. And so I'm kind of like inspired by that. It's really, really rich food, but it's like you would go into like a gas station and get like a gas station, you know, uh, chicken strip or something like that. Well, this Italian deli had this kind of stuff ready to go constantly. Uh, and yeah, and it was worth it. And they would, you'd spend. $7, $8, $7 or $8 if you maybe got this with a little bit of a side of pasta or something like that, or if you got it by itself, maybe like $5 or something like that, and you paid like $3 for the additional side. So yeah, about $8, give or take. And it's probably different now. That was some time ago. When was that? Oh, 2013. And so, yeah, that was 9 years ago. It'd be a lot more now. Um, it was a location. It's in the just on the edge of the French Quarter in New Orleans. It was called uh, the Nelly Deli, and they had this. It was great. And the Nelly Deli, because of the whole like gay thing. It was they named it back a zillion years ago when gay people used terms like butch and Nelly. They don't use those terms that much anymore in modern culture. But anyway, um, yeah, it's what can I say? It's part of a. It's actually the little deli counter is what they called it, but it was actually part of a bigger little convenience store, or whatever. It was great. It was right up there next to, uh, as far as my favorite places to get like affordable food, right up there next to Hank's grocery, and that's on St. Claude. So, and I forget where the Nelly Deli was from, but that kind of inspires this. So yeah, I love it. If you've ever been to New Orleans, you're gonna go. You're gonna see the places, the big draws. The Emerald. Emerald's got a restaurant. Actually, he bought Delmonico's also, so now he's got like his classic restaurant, and Emerald's Delmonico, which I actually used to work there. And then there's a lot of other little places you're going to see uh, that are the big tourist traps. But if you really want to experience the best food, you got to get away from the touristy stuff, and you gotta go around to those. You got to get to the Treme. You got to get to the, you know, there's a lot of stuff above and below the canal that's away from the main city. Uh, the quarter and you're going to really, really get some great food, you know, uh, even better than what you would at some of the bigger haunts there. So, yes, I've been to New Orleans. I love it, touristy and everything. What I want to say is that we've got some great food here in Shreveport, and pretty soon I'm going to start doing little videos and talking about that. Uh, I want to make sure that when I go into a place and I got the food in front of me and I'm doing a little video and I'm going to talk it up for a few minutes, I want to make sure that the people around me are okay with that, and I'm not being a bother to their luncheon or dinner experience. But that's what I do. Talk about food and other things. But I would love to see some of my people that see these things and maybe they don't live here. I would love to see them come and visit Shreveport and say, "Oh, by the way, we checked that out, and yes, it was fun." Because we have all sorts of festivals and things going on, music festivals, food festivals, and we have a lot of things. And we're really welcoming to family. We're a lot more than just casinos on the Red River. Uh, anyway, come see us in Shreveport, uh, and this I would say I'm happy about this food here. Um, but you're gonna get an opportunity to try out lots of food. One of my favorite things that we do here sometimes is we have a gumbo uh, festival where people come and they make their gumbo and they enter it in a competition for prizes, and that's kind of cool. So then that may not sound thrilling to people who are not foodies, but and especially if you don't know gumbo, you're like, okay, it's soup, right? Or stew or something. No, no, no. It's something completely altogether different. If you've never had gumbo out there in the world, do try some. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I've let my food rest enough. That when you do something like this and you take it out, you want to let the chicken or the beef or whatever it is, you want to let it rest so the juices get back into. If you try to cut it while it's not rested, the juices are going to run everywhere. and you'll lose some of the flavor. You let it rest for a little bit, then the juices kind of get pulled back into the meat and everything as it cools a little bit. So, uh, not to say that it's cool, but it's not as hot as when I first took it out. You get it. You've seen cooking shows. Okay. As always, love and light. I'm CJ Miller. Good night.